Good evening, all the wonderful listeners around the world. You have tuned into KVRX91.7. It's Monday and 6 p.m. and you have been desperately waiting for this moment to come. You are listening to Nostalgic with Sadiq, and I'm your most lovable DJ, DJ Sadiq. Thank you all for making this show so popular, and another big thanks for all those amazing fan mails that have been inspiring all of us to give our best shots for this wonderful performance on radio. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nostalgic with Sadiq has been becoming popular over the days, and now today we are on its 8th episode and we have a wonderful guest on our show today. Well, Nostalgic with Sadiq is a celebration of the wonderful moments of the past, and it's a tribute to the golden days of our childhood. And to pay tribute to these wonderful moments of the past, we have a celebrity on our show today. Born into an illustrious family of musicians, he needs no introduction. He is one of the finest sitar players of our time. He has been a graduate of arts and has taught music in England and Germany. The winner of Gokul Nag Memorial Gold Medal, honored with the Suramani and Avinav Kalasamman. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Indrajit Banerjee. Indrajit, it's my great pleasure to have you in my show. I have a little token of welcome for you. This is for you, Indrajit.
Great, thanks. I'm really honored and happy to be here and to be able to come here and be a part of this program. Because not only is a program, it reminds us of the childhood, of our roots, which is so important and inspiring, and what you see of me today is of everyone, of you probably, is a product of childhood, whatever we do, the interplay and all.
And most of us tend to forget that. We always forget that we were once a child, and we tend to lose the innocence, which should not be done. We try to become arrogant and things like that when we become famous. We forget that we have once been a child.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I would say, like, when I was a child, I used to believe, like, there are Lilliputs, somewhere in the world. And once I grew up, I lost that feeling, because I became aware of the reality.
That there are no Lilliputs.
You still need a hang of it to enjoy life.
Okay, Indrajit, you have had great achievements. You've been to Calcutta, Delhi, Germany, England, France, Brazil, Canada, and now in USA. I mean, so much achievements. I mean, how do you see this?
I would say that that's my profession, and I keep traveling because I have to perform at different places. And that is how it is. Yeah, it's all different in different places, as the food and the language and the culture are all different, and the listeners they have a different understanding in different countries. But
briefly, let me tell all the audience, that all the listeners, that the soundtrack that is going on in our background is actually Indrajit's music.
Yeah, this is a CD that I like of my releases, that is a flute and sitar duo, played by Ravi Shankar Mishra on flute and sitar by myself.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, you have been a great achiever, you have done great things in life, but today in this show we are not talking about your achievements, but we'll be talking more about your childhood. So, you have been so lucky to be born into an illustrious family of musicians. Like, your family has produced great musicians like Pandit Kartik Kumar, Niladri Kumar, Barun Pal. I mean, how has your growing up been in such a wonderful family?
Well, I picked up sitar when I was in 8th standard,
That's pretty
and
young.
you know, like my mother used to play sitar, and she was a disciple of Indrajit Banerjee. But she passed away when I was 6. You know, so when I was in 8th standard, suddenly, you know, her instrument used to be kept at the corner of the room. I never was curious about it, but I had an interest in music. Like I used to sing a little bit, play a little bit of guitar and a little bit of tabla, sort of, you know, rambling around. But like one fine morning, I just picked up the sitar, and I remember like spending a lot of time, and I gave a performance about a month after that. And
that was when you were 8 years old?
No, I was in 8th standard.
Okay, 8th standard.
Yeah,
sorry.
That was like 13, 14 years old, you know. I mean, and that's when I started, you know, I just started liking it more and more. And I remember after +2, when I was in the first year in the college, second year I started giving performance professionally.
Okay, great. So life has been pretty challenging for you as well, right? In various moments of
It's
time.
challenging in the, well, I would say, because we are always on a tread, you know, uncertainty is, we never know what's going to happen next month. We all survive on concerts and teaching and all. But it's interesting.
It's very interesting, I must admit. Well, Indrajit, tell me about like how has your growing up been? Because like I'm sure like other children, like you were not playing cricket. I mean, like what were you doing as a child? Like, were you always very focused about music, or like did you do other things which other kids have also done?
Well, I was playing cricket and ping pong in my school when I was in school, because I picked up sitar when I was in 8th standard, and I became really serious when I was in 9 and 10.
Completely dedicated.
Yeah, so after that, I never used to play actually, but till class 8 I used to play cricket and ping pong, table tennis.
Now tell me something about your school. You went to the South Point School, which is one of the biggest schools.
South Point is like when I went to South Point, I was really privileged, because this school, for 2 reasons. The school had the maximum number of students
in the world
sent for Madhyamik. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records for having.
And let me tell my audience that your DJ Sadiq has also gone to the South Point School, and it's one of the best schools in the world.
I mean, we are like ex-South Pointers. We always put the flag of our school high,
and it deserves.
Yeah, but when I was there, I remember around 80, 81, 82, they used to be first. From the ranking 1st to 7th used to get from South Point only, you know. So, well, it was one of the best schools, definitely.
And it still is. Well, Indrajit, tell us something about your siblings, I mean cousins with whom you grew up.
Yeah, I grew up with all my cousins and relatives, as we all grew up in India.
Joint family.
But like my cousin, one of my cousins, he plays very good classical guitar, but now he is one of the GMs of India Today.
Oh wow!
He's Sumanto Pal. He's in Delhi. He's in Times of India, and he's so busy he doesn't get time to practice and all. Sometimes when I go to Delhi, we have a quiet evening of music listening and food and all. And then one of my cousins, Niladri Kumar, he's one of the foremost and greatest sitar players of young generation. You might check him out. And he's presently touring with the troupe of Zakir. Ustad Zakir Khan, Hussain Khan, he's touring with a troupe of musicians, and he's playing around US with him. He's Niladri Kumar, one of my cousins.
I just hope that Niladri Kumar sometime comes to my humble show.
If he's sometime in Austin.
Sure. Indrajit, like you are pretty close to your mother, and I mean I believe that it's from your mother that you got all this talent and all that. So how has the experience been with your mother?
Well, my mother passed when I was passed away when I was like 5, 6 years old. So I really don't remember much. I just remember playing, you know, those small cans of milk
ting ting ting.
Yeah, I used to play on those tablas with my mother. My mother used to play sitar.
Okay.
I don't remember much, but I would like to state a memorable incident that I had. My mother was a sitarist and used to play from Ranchi radio station.
That's far.
Yeah. And you know, it's like a surprise, and it's a sad story that time she used to perform in radio as live broadcast. There was no recorded program. It's like 30 years back.
Yeah. Something like this.
35 years back. Yeah. So sometimes they recorded her, but like after my mother's death, I really don't have any copy of her so that I could listen to her.
Yeah, and get inspired.
So, inspired, or even just to know how she sounded like when I grew up.
Yeah, exactly. When you really recognized music, you could differentiate between good and bad.
I mean, I don't have a copy of her playing. And then
doesn't even this Ranchi station have this recording?
Yeah, and that is strange enough that last 7 years back I was invited to a concert in Ranchi. In Bihar, and I went and performed in the same radio station, and I met a tabla player who accompanied my mother. He's like 70 years old now, Ram Sumen Mishra, an old tabla player, and I heard story about my mother from him. And like they made an archival recording for me. Nowadays it's possible, and I was really thrilled playing in the studio where my mother has played. So that's really a fascinating and memorable incident in my life.
What about your grandfather? You had your grandfather's influence.
Yeah, my maternal grandfather was a sitar player and was a disciple of Ustad Inayat Khan Sahab.
Okay.
And he taught me a little bit in the beginning.
Okay. Well, this is one aspect of your life, playing music and all, but you were also a kid. You cannot forget that. You were also a kid but playing music. But tell me something about the naughty things that you did as a child.
I don't know. Well, other people might know these things that I did,
but don't tell me like as a Bengali, as a boy.
We used to play Holi.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
And I remember one time in Holi they put colors, colors like you mix colors in the water, and then you put it inside a pistol, water pistol, and throw it.
Okay.
Or taking the bucket. So once I believe that, a motorcycle, I put water inside the silencer pipe, I think, of somebody's. I still regret about that.
It would have been completely spoiled.
I remember this.
So, well, now from Ashutosh, from South Point, you then went to the Ashutosh College and then to Scottish Church.
Yes, I went to. I could have studied like 11, 12
in South Point.
plus 2 in South Point, but at that time it was a craze, and my father thought that I should study physics, chemistry, maths.
Science.
So I couldn't get. I got first division, but I couldn't get the marks that's needed for a plus 2 in South Point. So I went to Ashutosh. Later on, I was too much into music, and then I went back. I didn't have good grades, so I went back with English and economics, political science. I did a bachelor's from Scottish Church College.
Alright. Tell me something about your father's influence on you.
My father, was really inspired me to be a musician because he's an engineer. He wanted me to be in the academics, but when he saw that I have a natural inclination towards music, and I like that. I like being a musician. So he said you should go, all out in it.
And
whether you make money or not, it's not my concern.
And I think that has been very inspiring, because like how many fathers do allow this to happen?
I think he wanted to be a musician too, because he played guitar, but he couldn't continue.
Exactly.
Inspired my mother.
For certain reasons, Indrajit, now another thing I really want to ask you is that, well, you were in college, Ashutosh and Scottish Church College. Now, college reminds me of many things. I mean, movies must be one of those big things that happen in the colleges. So, what movies were you watching in the college at that time?
That time, I remember I used to watch movies. Once I remember watching a movie about music that's called The Last Worlds.
Okay.
It's a movie of a concert.
Okay.
Concert of Neil Young,
Okay.
Bob Dylan, and all this. And then I remember watching old movies like Baiju Bawra,
The musicals.
Indian classical music, and well, Sholay was big at that time. And
which period of are you talking about?
Like Par,
1980s?
by Govind Nihalani.
Okay.
Yeah. Shatranj Ki Khiladi. Yeah, it's college days.
Yeah.
And all the Satyajit Ray movies.
Okay.
I remember a movie that came in Cinema Paradiso.
Cinema Paradiso.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I liked that movie a lot. And lots of movies.
Okay, I'm talking about movies like
Django.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Talking about movies, like what was the fashion scenario at that point of time?
At that point, we used to have bell bottoms.
Yeah,
we called bell bottoms, and long pointed collars.
Pointed collars and
Yeah.
pointed shoes, dingoes.
Yes, and pointed shoes,
And side locks.
side locks and all. Yeah, long hair, and we never used to have the shirt inside. It was
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Beatles a huge influence that time?
Yes, Beatles were gone by that time, but like that time Billy Joel
Yeah.
and Donna Summers in India, I'm telling you about, we used to listen to, still Bob Dylan was there, Doors, and
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison and Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Wall was a huge hit.
Wall,
Dark Side of the Moon.
that's right.
Now, talking about music, like this is basically where your musical career starts. Indrajit, this is from where you started your musical career.
I used to listen to a lot of music, both Western and Indian classical.
So, what was your first concert like? Tell me about your first big concert that you participated in.
Before I participated in a concert, I performed in the radio.
Okay.
So I would say
that was your big break.
That was because I've performed like small gatherings in the house of people, and then I performed in the radio. It's called audition, and I got a good grade out of it, and then I started performing.
Okay.
So I would say the first performance was in Calcutta, in a venue on a stage which was organized in the eve of Saraswati Puja.
Yeah, that's how all budding musicians begin.
Yeah, we always play in Saraswati Puja. It's like goddess for knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, how did this international things happen? How was your first international tour?
See, when I was in the last year in the college.
Yeah, third year.
Yeah, I was invited by a group called Mahesh Jogi.
Okay.
They used to do TM. They had centers throughout the world.
Okay.
Yoga and meditation and all. So they wanted musicians to teach in their centers throughout the world.
Okay.
So I went to England and I stayed there like 4 or 5 months teaching music and performing for them.
Okay.
And then I went on my own and stayed back a little more. And then next year, I got an invitation to go to perform in Paris.
Okay.
And it started like that, and then after that, from year 91, I kept going to Europe every year, like 2 to 3 times, and stay long, like most of the time of the year, and perform in Europe and England. Then 94, I started coming to US twice a year.
So, and I have also heard that Indrajit, you have performed with some great performers. some amazing performers you performed with in collaboration with. Tell us something about that.
No, I always like to try, like now, like world music and fusion is a big, it's a
big thing.
Yeah, big chunk of music now. But in like 15, 20 years back, it was just starting. But I always like to, experiment and jam with musicians of good caliber and of other streams, playing guitar, piano, or even folk instruments from Africa. So I have been playing with many musicians, of which Craig Pruis from England happened to be my student also, and a good friend of mine, and I enjoy playing with him a lot. He's from England, and then I play with a local band here, Atash. Yeah,
which is very popular.
Yeah, they were like the best world music band this year. And then I played with lots of other musicians, jazz pianists and all that. Then one of my biggest crowd that I appeared was Channel V Awards with Sting.
Oh wow!
It was like Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium.
Which year was it? 19?
Remember, maybe 6 years back, 5-6 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you performed live in front of.
Yeah, he got Lifetime Achievement Award from Channel V.
Channel V.
He did 2 songs.
Wonderful. That must have been a very touching moment of your life, right?
Yeah, it was difficult because we did a sound check for 2 days, and it was a big performance because it was like
it was staying
lots of people. Big, so different. So, and I also performed in Netaji Indoor Stadium, which is a film star night, like with Mithun Chakravarti. So they had a classical Sitar, like 20 minutes. So that was done by West Bengal government. It's quite experimental because we had like all pop things going on. It's also like 12,000 people.
It's a huge crowd,
So that was quite interesting.
Okay, so you have been to various other places, like you have been to Austin, you've been to the whole of USA, you've been to Brazil, Germany, England, France, Canada, USA. But do you see a difference in the response of the people when you go to the various parts of the world? I mean, do you think Indian crowd is a little better, or do you think the Western crowd is a better or something?
I think the crowd is really good everywhere because you just got to mix with the people, and I've been well received everywhere. And like I like to mix with people and musicians, and the fact that we are like classical musicians basically, and I think that like there is little bit of like people, it's like a chic thing, like little bit of may think a little bit of snobbish being a classical thing. But I think when I travel around, I see that's less and less nowadays. And I would say I enjoy everywhere. I mean, even in a village in Rajasthan, or it's like a Caribbean island, or Austin, or a village in France, Lille. I think audience in India is as good as audience in the West, anywhere.
Indrajit, tell me something about like, is there any particular musician that you want to perform with?
It's a good question. I would like to perform with everybody.
Is there any particular person like Ravi Shankar or somebody?
I just can't, because they are like gods for us. I just can't. But I would like to perform with a lot of great musicians in the West. But I just can't think of a name right now. Oh, he is a great. Joe Satriani is and he's a guitarist. Who's no longer there, Jason Baker.
Jason Baker, yes.
And I like even Santana a lot.
Eric Santana,
yeah, and Patrick Ronda from France. great, lots of good musicians, but well,
Indrajit, I just hope all your dreams of performing with all these people come true. Thank you so much for coming to our show, but I won't let you go so easily. There is an interesting...
thank you.
Okay.
You to give me this opportunity.
Yeah.
You are keeping things alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. But before you go, there is a very interesting round for the audience, for the listeners. This section is called Fast Track on the Memory Lane. In this section, I ask you some rapid fire questions, and I expect you to answer them very quickly. Okay. So, are you ready for it?
Okay.
Okay. Jet, set, go. Okay. Very quick answers. Okay, Indrajit.
I'll try.
Who was your best friend in school?
Amit.
Okay. What is he doing now?
He's working in an ad agency.
Okay. What was your biggest fear as a kid?
Fear of the water, being drowned.
Okay. What was your favorite food as a child?
I used to love crackers, chips.
Okay. And let me tell all my listeners that Indrajit is also a very good cook. Okay. What is your favorite color?
I would say white.
Okay. One habit that nobody knows about.
Habit?
Yeah, one habit of your secret habit.
Secret habit?
I mean, like nobody knows about. Personal habit.
Well, I'm being slow in it. Huh?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe scratching nails.
Okay. Who is a better musician, your mother or your grandfather?
I have not heard my mother, but my mother got an award for her music, but I heard my grandfather.
Okay.
He was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite sports?
Favorite sport? Cricket.
Okay. And your favorite cartoon character?
Asterix.
Okay. Your best desert?
It's not cartoon.
Okay.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. What is your best dessert?
Tiramisu.
Okay. And your most favorite toy? Most treasured toy?
Toy?
Yeah.
Let's say a wooden car that I used to pull, used to make a noise.
And what is your favorite song?
Favorite song? Can't tell you like this. I like a bhajan.
Okay.
Jai Jagadish Hare.
Can you just sing one line of it?
Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, da ra 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 ra, da ra 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 ra, da ra 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 ra, da ra 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 ra.
Wonderful, Indrajit. Thank you so much for coming to our show. I mean, it was wonderful talking to you, and you talked about the little, when I asked you the one treasured toy that you have, you couldn't answer, but like, I have a wonderful toy for you. This is a little token of surprise for you, and this is a little gift from all the...
it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's
a
from
duck.
Yeah.
With a muffler.
And I wish you all the best, Indrajit, for each and everything in life, and I hope you become very successful in whatever you do. Thank you so much for coming to Nostalgic with Sadiq, and I would like to wish Is there any last thing that you want to say your audience?
Yes. You know, I would say that happiness is the most important thing in life. You have to be happy all the time. Try to be happy all the time, and I'm really happy I'm here with you. I could reach so many listeners. It's nothing.
On this note, we would like to sign out. This is Sadiq from Nostalgic with Sadiq, signing out with Indrajit. Thank you so much for being so patient. Stay tuned and stay nostalgic. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.